All right, let's talk about that pass. It was an 896 at 83.9 mile an hour. That was the very first pass I made in this car. I had 0 test hits before. I just went out, turned draggy on, went with it. Hadn't checked tire pressures, hadn't done anything. Just did a burnout, made a pass. So I expected the car to go low 9s. I was pretty pleased with that 896, but I think we've got room for improvement. I was getting ready to do a hit a minute ago, but we had a county cop behind us, so I'm gonna try and do another one real quick. That 859 at 85.1, I think it was, really impressed me. I did an air pressure adjustment. I went out in cool nighttime air, and I did several back-to-back. I think it was 6 hits that night, and I was just finding a 10th every run. That 859, I didn't try to best that night because it was just absolutely perfect. We'd picked up over 2/10, 60 foot. Everything was awesome on that pass. So I think that was the absolute best it was going to run in stock form. So really happy with that one. But if we do some small mods, it can get faster. $888 at only 83. Gross. 87 octane sucks. I knew it would crack into the 40s. I would imagine quarter mile was a 13:11. Was hoping we'd crack into the 12s. Didn't quite get there on that, but not bad, not bad. And that was our best 60 foot to date out of 211. Our previous best went at 213, so they're at least comparable. And we're a 10th quicker on only 2 numbers quicker to the 60 foot. So we picked up a 10th from a tune only, which is really killer. Super happy with that. Appreciate guys at FSI for letting me on the dyno on a Saturday night. Obviously, we had a good time. You guys will see that in the video. And I just love going up and hanging out with those guys. And we'll probably run this one more time to back that data up. I think I can leave a little bit harder. So super excited about that. We are, looks off the top of my head, about 3/10 quicker, 0 to 60. I mean, this thing picked up tremendously, so that's super killer. I haven't even seen the wheels yet.
Oh. What's up, man?
They're brand new, buddy.
Yeah.
Say hi to YouTube.
What's up?
I'm gonna run to Best Buy.
Okay.
That's an 8.5 tire going on a 10-inch wheel. So good luck.
Good luck.
Let's see them brand new babies. Whew. Hard to see them because their sun's reflecting so bad. Thank you. Great job as always. We just picked the wheels up from Chaparral, Ricardo and his guys and his sister. all did a great job like they always do. Super fast work. We dropped those off probably less than 30 minutes ago. Sometimes they're busier than that and you gotta wait a little bit. They don't schedule appointments, but I had never even seen the wheels out of the box. I always trust them with brand new wheels. And I've trusted them to mount double bead locks, single bead locks, motorcycle tires. They do sell used tires there. I generally bring my own. I like using them so well that I had tire equipment and I sold it. And they're a bit of a drive, but they do a good job. They never scratch my stuff. And I don't think you can beat their price anywhere. So thanks again to them, and can't wait to get home and get these things on the car. I do have some errands I got to do yet today, and we've been gone since 9 o'clock this morning. It's about 5 o'clock now. Still got to go pick up the C7 from detail. I'm going out to buy an 04 Volvo XC90 off a local guy, and I got a customer meeting me at the shop to pick his vehicle up. So I don't know that I'll get them on tonight. I'll probably just drop the wheels off at the shop, unbox the fronts for you guys when I get there, and then tomorrow, after we fix the car because it broke last night, we'll do some testing on these 2685, see if we can go any quicker with some traction and a lighter weight wheel. I'm also going to take my scale and weigh the difference between the stock rears and these. I'll look up on Billet Specialty's website what the wheel alone weighs, and through that we'll be able to figure out what the tire weighs and figure that out. I'm big on weight. I haven't introduced you guys to my car on the channel, but I have what was previously the lightest stock chassis F-body in the country. When we get back to the racetrack, I'll pay you $100 if you find a lighter one with stock quarters. We are getting ready to swap these wheels onto West Mantooth. Going from a 10-spoke factory SS wheel to a 15x10 Billet Specialties red line. We've got a 2685 Mickey Thompson Pro Bracket radial. As you can see, it's not much narrower than that 275. We're gonna weigh them. We're gonna weigh them with the lug nuts. Sit the lug nuts on top. We're right at 47.9 with lug nuts. With lug nuts, we are at 39.4. Makes the lug nuts about half the way to the originals. 39.4 to 47.9 is, I'm gonna say, like 8.5 pounds. Do the math on that later. We'll get these things mounted. Now we're gonna put some coolant in this thing and go test. First, let's step back and have a look at it. Looking good on there. We do have the fronts. We're not gonna put those on yet. I wanna check the gains with just the rears and then add the fronts to the mix. These wheels do clear the stock LS1 brakes, at least on the rear so far. We haven't checked the fronts yet. They're a 15x10 F barrel from Billet Specialties. I don't know, but I think the F is probably for F body. But we're gonna go test this thing here in a few minutes and we'll see if it picks up. personal best. That means our wheels, after a couple launches, picked us up a full 10. Just the rears. I'm hoping we can see some improvement with the fronts as well. We are definitely getting there. We get back to the shop, I'll go over the data. That's pretty exciting. Yesterday I did try to test with the new rear wheels on the car, and it was well, it was really hot out. The DA was almost 3,000 feet, and I could match my previous best on the street tires, but I could not outrun it. But it had been cool when I first got this car and I was testing, and so it's actually not quite 7 a.m. this morning. I got to the shop about 6:30, just so I could do this test in some decent air. I think the DA is still almost 2,000 feet. It's not like we're in mine shaft air. We're just not in 90-degree weather with 95% humidity like we were yesterday. So I am happy that we were able to, you know, measure the gain. Everybody knows more traction gives you more power. That's a fairly obvious thing. Our more traction gives you a quicker ET. We all know that. It makes it repeatable for me. Hopefully it got that last 8 mile. Yep, it did. So I'm gonna put this up here. That one went almost 87 mile an hour. We went 207 60 foot, which is our best previously. Let's see what we did. Let's go to me, history, 8th mile. So we went back-to-back 841s at 86 this morning, and that one was real happy. It went 838. .205 60 foot, 330 matches. So yeah, we're getting there. You know, we started with this car. The first pass in this car I think went 899. I did on the stock tune get it to go 859. After the tune, I went back to back 849s. Well, they weren't back to back, but I did them both the same day. And that 859 was after several tries on the same night. I could consistently go like 60s and 70s that night. That 859 was kind of a hero run, but basically from that 859 to this 838, that means a set of rear wheels with some drag radials and a tune picked this car up 2/10. I'm hoping we can pick up maybe a half a tenth or so with the fronts and get this thing into the low 830s. So pretty excited about that. We are moving in the right direction. I think coming up soon we're going to be looking at doing full exhaust on it, see if that'll pick us up. I don't think it'll pick us up a ton. In fact, it could hurt us. I'm putting a 2-inch primary header on it. They are heavy. We're probably going to put a Speed Engineering True Dual catback on it. And then after that, I'm going to start looking at intake mods and see if we can just make it breathe better on the stock cam. And I'd like to see if we can get this thing to crack into the 7s with the stock cam, stock converter. I don't know that we can, but we're going to try it. So stay tuned and we'll see if we can get it there. Comment down below if you think I can get into the 7s, stock cam, stock converter. And preferably full weight. I mean, if we get close, I'll start pulling seats out and stuff, but I'm also not going to permanently gut this car. So it would be a fun test, see if we can get there, but we're working towards it. And I think with a gear it may be possible, but I don't know. We're still 4/10 away from that. So we will see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.